Prime Minister of Slovakia continues to block the 18th package of European Union sanctions against Russia. But today, Robert Fico finally made it clear what he actually wants from Europe. And as it turned out, the issue is not about whether he supports or does not support Russia. He openly started blackmailing the European Union, saying, "Provide us with gas, cheap gas, and then, of course, we won't block the 18th package of sanctions. And until you give us such guarantees, we will continue to block it, because it is beneficial for us to buy supposedly cheap Russian gas." But today the Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, made a rather tough statement, directly attacking Robert Fico and calling on him to immediately lift his blockade of the adoption of the next European Union sanctions package against Russia. And he even threatened certain consequences for Slovakia and personally for Robert Fico if he continues to do this. Let's discuss this topic together. My name is Pechy. Next, we'll go through everything step by step. But before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and leave any comment you want. Don't forget to subscribe to my Telegram channel, Pechy News. Link in the video description. There we post breaking news as soon as it comes in. So, today the head of the German government, Friedrich Merz, personally appealed to the Prime Minister of Slovakia, Robert Fico, urging him to immediately lift his blockade on the adoption of the next 18th package of European Union sanctions against Russia. He said this while speaking at the conference on the reconstruction of Ukraine in Rome. Merz emphasized the importance of increasing pressure on Russia, which has intensified its shelling of Ukraine. And now I will quote Friedrich Merz. "Let me be honest, we are preparing the 18th package of European Union sanctions against Russia. Only one member country is missing for this to happen. I urgently call on Slovakia and its Prime Minister to lift their resistance and clear the way for the adoption of the 18th European Union package." So you see, even Viktor Orbán from Hungary isn't putting up as many obstacles as Robert Fico is. It's worth noting that it's July 9th. Unfortunately, the day before, the ambassadors of the European Union failed to approve the 18th package of sanctions against Russia at the meeting of the Permanent Representatives Committee of the European Union, because Slovakia continues to block it. On the same day, July 9, the European Parliament called on the governments of Hungary and Slovakia to stop blocking European Union sanctions pressure on Russia and not to jeopardize the achievement of the European Union's common goals. Interestingly, Robert Fico has already responded to Friedrich Merz today, and in quite some detail. And here the true nature of Robert Fico was revealed. In fact, Robert Fico starts to blackmail Germany and the European Union, saying, "Listen, give us more perks, and then we'll think about whether we should keep blocking these sanctions or not." As Robert Fico stated, Slovakia believes that the German government should be interested in ensuring that Slovakia has enough gas at an acceptable price. After the cessation of Russian gas supplies to the European Union starting from January 1st, 2028, and therefore, instead of making harsh statements, Germany could help Slovakia resolve this issue. Let me explain a little here. The thing is, the European Union has decided that by the end of 2027 at the latest, they will completely stop all imports of Russian gas. This decision was made a long time ago, not yesterday. And in fact, most European Union countries have already stopped using Russian gas. But Slovakia and Hungary have such a delay. Until the end of 2027, they can continue to buy Russian gas directly, and starting from January 1, 2028, they are required to stop buying gas from Moscow. And today, Robert Fico, the Prime Minister of Slovakia, recorded a video message in response to the call from German Chancellor Friedrich Merz to stop blocking the 18th package of sanctions against Russia. Robert Fico urged Germany to assist Slovakia in maintaining current gas prices beyond 2028, rather than criticizing Bratislava for opposing the 18th package of sanctions against Russia. So, Fico is saying, you guarantee for us, you solve this issue for us, that starting from 2028 we will receive enough gas at the same low price that we have today. You do this for us, we won't deal with diversifying gas supplies. Let Germany handle it, and then we will unblock the 18th package of sanctions against Russia. Next, I'll quote Robert Fico. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz urges the Slovak government to cease blocking the adoption of the 18th sanctions package against Russia. The Slovak government is ready to support this package of sanctions, even if it doesn't change anything in Russia's military superiority or economic capability. At the same time, Slovakia must receive clear guarantees, not just political promises, that its energy security and energy availability will not be put at risk. As a result of the ideological proposal by the European Commission to stop importing Russian gas starting January 1, 2028, then Fico once again reminded that such an agreement on guarantees has not been reached, although the Slovak government appreciates the efforts of the European Commission aimed at finding a solution. Quote, "We refuse to negotiate under the pressure of harsh statements. There are 900 German companies operating in Slovakia. The German government should also be interested in ensuring that after January 1, 2028, Slovakia has enough gas at affordable prices as part of the negotiations on guarantees for Slovakia. I am ready at any time to have a constructive meeting with the Federal Chancellor of Germany, which could significantly move the whole matter forward." This is a very strange position for the Prime Minister of Slovakia. They tell him, listen, we're giving you another window of 2 years until the end of 27th year. Buy, fine, already Russian gas, but please make sure you find new sources of gas. You need to diversify your supplies. Negotiate with other members of the European Union about where you will buy from, what to build, and so on. Here is the time. Brussels will assist if needed, but it's your responsibility. And Robert Fico says, listen, we're going to take a different path. We will block 18 sanction packages against Russia so that Germany will address our issue. Let Germany guarantee all of this for us. Let Germany do all of this, and then we will unblock it. So this is the position of a pro-Russian politician in Europe who doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to blackmail everyone around so that someone else solves his problems. That's the whole position of all these pro-Russian politicians in Europe. Orban is exactly the same. He also runs around blocking the decisions of the European Union. Not always. Not even because he's playing along with Moscow, but simply to squeeze some money out of Brussels, to get some aid unfrozen from the general budget of the European Union and so on. As you know, it often happened that in the end he voted for the common decision of the European Union after they told him, all right, fine, we'll unblock it for you. There are several billion euros in aid from Brussels. Orban immediately voted. Rather than resolving issues, they resort to blackmail. I'll leave it at that. Share your opinion and conclusions in the comments below this episode. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to like. That's all for now. Take care. Bye, everyone.